Southwest is such a good company. It's almost not an airline. It runs like a real company. Now, a lot of the airlines come back. I really like, I like what's happening in American. Delta was terrific. What I loved about Southwest was that we had an Ebola scare in this country, and you would have expected a precipitous decline as you got with SARS. Remember, you had 40% decline on 18% of the traffic worldwide in the airlines between 2002 2004. What we saw from Southwest was not only did they not blink, but the numbers were really good even after the quarter. I thought that was the most important takeaway.
Yeah, Gary did say that they've obviously had all kinds of meetings regarding preparedness for Ebola at a time where the CDC is now tracking everyone from West Africa for 21 days.
CDC really, they went from thinking, hey guys, you know what, this is nothing, it's like a fever, to CDC being what I think a lot of Americans wanted. Now, whether you think Americans are right or not, but that's what they wanted. What I thought was great about Southwest when Joe was grilling the CEO is that, well, it was almost as if the shorts, again, the shorts are controlling a lot of data here, and they didn't want them to have meetings to show that they were idiots, or they did want to have meetings to show that it's really bad. Again, the shorts make it so you can't win. If Southwest didn't have meetings, then they should be shamed by the president. The fact is that the panic didn't extend to the customer.
Quickly do GM here. Slight revenue miss, as we said, North America operating profit $2.5 billion. Slightly larger operating loss in Europe, trying to reduce some headcount in Russia.
Right. Well, I mean, GM is an example of a stock that has come down just horrendously. It's been a really bad stock. And what I think is most interesting about GM is, well, what did we think in Russia? I mean, obviously, they probably shouldn't be. I mean, Russia kind of shut down for the quarter. The numbers out of Russia, GDP growth, are horrendous. What I think people were thinking about GM is, it's not as bad as Ford. Or at least not as bad as the Ford outlook that Mark Fields gave us.
Yes,
a real Ford
about
number.
South America largely, right?
South America was very good.
Right, compared to what Shields led us to believe, I think.
Yeah, and, GM, you could say under promise, over deliver. But one of the things that I thought about GM was that we were not sitting there and talking about an incident that occurred where there were a lot of fatalities that Feinberg's gotten involved in. This was not a recall quarter, it was an earnings quarter. And I think that is coloring why the stock's going up. I expect a backlash midday. Someone will find fault with GM. And the reason I say that is because in the end, we do want Europe to be stronger. And a lot of what we're seeing is PMI, France bad, Germany a little bit better. We have to monitor these countries the way we did in 2012. I wish we didn't, but we have to.
Yeah.